mother's hands were always safe and warm when I needed my tears wiped away. My mother's hands created lovely songs when she'd touch her piano to play. My mother's hands could curl my shiny locks with the twist of her sweet fingertips. My mother's hands would always cheer me on if I ran in a race or I'd slip. She was so grand. How I remember my mother's hands. My mother's hands could knead a loaf of bread and flute a pie crust in one sweep. My mother's hands quietly cleaned the house while we were in bed fast asleep. My mother's hands could mow and edge the lawn and make all the flowers come to bloom. My mother's hands could feed a room of kids and smile though there wasn't much food. She was so grand. I learned a lot from my mother's hands. She taught me about America. She'd fly the flag so high in the sky. She said we were free to fulfill our dreams because of soldiers who fought and who died. I'd wipe her eyes. You'd see the flag always caused her to cry. My mother's hands later in life were gnarled. Arthritis had stepped in the way. My mother's hands she'd hold close to her heart when she'd sing and devotingly pray. My mother's hands would wrap around my back when I bent down to hug her goodnight. My mother's hands could soothe me right away and make me feel we'd be alright. She was so grand. Oh, how I loved my mother's hands. Yes, she taught me about America. She would be rooting us on here today. She gave me her passion for liberty, and for freedom we must not betray. She was so grand. I sure miss my mother's hands. Ma loved this land, and I can still feel my mother